Story 1. Oh God. The steering is dodgy. The cameras only work on long-distance mode. The nose is constantly blocked. And don't get me started on the pain. Yeah, that's their background noise 24/7. Left knee is rubbish. Back doesn't bend properly. Neck doesn't twist more than 10 degrees. And so much more. Dude, go down to Hertz and find another one. This one should have been put to sleep long ago. Story 2. Honestly, you lucked out. I'm ugly but blessed with excellent health. Congratulations, you are now a garbage disposal. Enjoy all foods without side effects. You can also drink like a god. But you'll never be able to get drunk at sea level. Head to the mountains and enjoy your 10 India Pale Alesh with no fear of vomiting. But don't forget to take your psychiatric medications, or you'll be sorry. Story 3. You are gluten intolerant now. Post-traumatic stress disorder and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder run this ship not well, but they do. However, you don't get hangovers the odd time you drink, and your breasts are still in great shape for 39, so they get attention. Enjoy it, because otherwise you have an abrasive personality and you're about as attractive as a baked potato. Story 4. You will forget. Forget what? I do not know. I forgot it. Oh, and listen to the alarms because your time blindness is bad, and you probably would forget to find some random thing to focus on. Please walk or you will be in pain. Story 5. I am 5 feet 6 inches. My wingspan is 6 feet 2 inches. I can touch my knees without slouching or bending at all. I cannot imagine somebody suddenly having my ape index and not shattering their or my knuckles because they are used to normal short baby arms. Story 6. Chronic illnesses are not fun. Be careful when you bend forward and backward because if you swing your head too quickly without tensing your neck and shoulder muscles first, your cervical spine will become a noodle and you'll give yourself whiplash. And yes, you will still have to take a final exam with self-induced whiplash. If you start feeling a sudden sharp upper abdominal pain that makes it hard to breathe and feels like someone is stabbing below your right rib, just lie down and groan for about an hour, and you'll be fine. If you get your period, don't worry, you're not dying, even if you look and feel like it. Just hang out on the toilet for an hour, and if you still can't get up without creating a biohazard scene, then, I don't know, drink some rehydration solution. You still have class in the evening, TikTok. Story 7. One day is definitely not enough time to mentally prepare them for the battle they are in. Tell the person to just relax and cancel anything important, trying to look at the bright side of life. Every part of you will hurt, ache, and send shooting pains. You will learn of new parts you didn't know existed through this process. If you stay in one place too long, the pain gets worse, but if you move, it gets even worse. You will be cold to the bone and unable to warm up while overheating at the same time. Move a little. If you don't work out and lift heavy weights for at least an hour, you will be unable to sleep. It does contradict the previous sentence, but it's also accurate. If you get some sun, you will feel better but are guaranteed a migraine. Everything else requires a lot more perspective only experience can bring, so just look forward to being out of the nightmare when you get to leave it behind. Just please don't break this body more. Oh, and drink water. Please remember to eat at least once. If you feel grumbly or the room turns black, that's the hunger signal. And avoid this list of allergens. When it feels like you're in hell, remember it's just one day. Good luck. Story 8. Do not eat sugar or lots of carbohydrates. This body is diabetic. Also, no artificial sweeteners. Allulose and matcha sweet are okay. Go easy on the coffee. It's only accustomed to 1 cup a day. No alcohol. This body cannot tolerate it and will become very ill. If you ignore this warning, I will leave you stuck in it for the 3 or 4 days it will be ill and in pain. Yes, it has a lot of pain anyway, but this will be much worse. Be very careful going downstairs, and pay attention when you're walking anywhere. Bad knees, a bad hip, and balance issues. Do not forget your cane. See these pill minders? Do not forget to take the pills. This one when you get up, this other one is at bedtime. Story 9. I have supraventricular tachycardia. My heart will skyrocket to 200 beats per minute at random, and you can't predict it. An episode can happen while working out or while sitting on the couch. Good luck. Story 10. You will sweat profusely in any heat. Winter is your favorite time of year. Also, your stomach makes a lot of noise all the time. The super embarrassing at your desk job when it's quiet. Story 11. Enjoy the chaotic psoriasis. Can move around by the minute. Bye. Edit. Forgot to mention, if you find yourself suddenly going tingly, feeling nauseous, numb in areas, and your vision blurring, you're not having a neurological event, you're having an adrenal panic attack. Nothing you can do. Enjoy the ride. Story 12. They might randomly feel like they are getting impaled through the right side of their skull, and then the pain will just kind of roll back and forth for a while. It will either last for 20 to 30 seconds or a couple of hours. Good luck. Story 13. The pain in the elbow won't go away until you throw the arm out and crack it. I don't make the rules. I just deal with them. Same with the ringing. Story 14. Have fun with the smart brain and trustworthy appearance, but remember to take your antidepressants and anti-migraine medications. Don't cry hard or get too angry, anxious, or frustrated, or you'll get a migraine anyway, and then you're out of commission for 3 days. Feel free to use my sense of humor as much as you want, but for heaven's sake, stretch before you get out of bed in the morning, or you won't be able to walk properly for a couple of hours. Also, you're a fat middle-aged woman now, so if you want anyone to pay attention to you, you have to be clever and show people how smart and funny you are right out of the gate. Oh, and you can't sit in regular chairs with arms. That hurts like hell, and you will be miserable and distracted the whole time. Only armless chairs for you, so make sure you arrive early so you can ask for an armless chair without making a big deal out of it. When you go to bed, please wear your continuous positive airway pressure mask, because if you don't, you'll get a migraine the next day from lack of sleep. Well, those are the biggies. Have fun. Story 15. I have super flat feet that give me headaches walking on them if I do not wear orthotics. I have to urinate all the time. I am short and also have a short torso on top of that, so be prepared to have dining table tops come up to your chest. My skin is very dry, so if we are not in a humid place, you will need to apply lip balm, moisturizer, hand cream, and body lotion all the time. Story 16. Your back is going to be sore all day. You have a shoulder on the verge of tendinitis. Stress gives you acid reflux and terrible gas. And your baby is going to bite the tip of your nipple. Enjoy. Story 17. You see, this body has an incredibly athletic build, but don't let that fool you. Be careful around stairs or running or walking. One wrong step and you'll have debilitating knee pain for the rest of the day. Actually, I don't recommend trying anything athletic in this body. It looks far better than it is. All the joints are terrible. Story 18. I have independent control over one eye at a time, and I barely ever focus through both at once. It actually kind of gives me double vision if I do so. I've got a lazy eye too, so lots of people will do a double take nearby, thinking I'm looking at something else if they don't know about it. I can make it less noticeable by changing the focus from one eye to the other independently. Story 19. The knee pain? Yeah, that's been a thing since I was 6. Oh, the shoulder click is new. That's exciting. Also, don't try to crack the neck. It's fused. If it cracks, you just paralyzed yourself, so don't do that. Intrusive thoughts? So I find if you just ignore it, the thoughts just kind of become background noise. Most of the thoughts don't involve hurting people, just yourself. You'll be fine. I've been on this ride for over 20 years, hasn't stopped me yet. Hypersexuality? Let me know if you figure that one out, because I've just resorted to knocking one out before bed every night. Unless the wife is willing, of course. Just avoid all instances of pretty women or any mildly sexual content, and you'll be fine. At least until you get bored, in which case refer to original solutions. Other than that, have fun and good luck. Story 20. Menopause means no more periods. However, there is a plumbing issue when laughter ensues, and hips and knees are a bit outdated. Otherwise, she is a great, classic, reliable body. Story 21. The bugs that aren't features. If you start getting twitches, add some magnesium. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. It'll get restless occasionally and start destroying itself. You won't notice at first, but when you do, give that energy an outlet. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. Don't include lactose. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. Don't listen to the brain's background noise. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. Don't bother trying to resist the cravings. They don't go away. Wheezing for a day or two after cardio is normal. Don't eat in the 4 to 6 hours before any serious cardio. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. Don't eat in the 4 to 6 hours before strength training for legs or core. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. The features: runs on chocolate, spite, and hate. Strength and speed may surprise you. Story 22. So the ribs will shift if you lie on your side. Yes, that's normal, just hold a pillow or something. The eyes kind of lose focus randomly, don't worry about that, it might just be tiredness. Oh, also, sleep sometimes takes like 2 hours to get into, and you'll wake up feeling exhausted still. Yes, but you might be able to see more colors than most people can. Haven't gotten a test yet. So enjoy that. Oh, also, basically every joint hurts a little bit all of the time and a lot some of the time, and a migraine might happen. Be prepared to carry a hoodie and a beanie around to take off and put back on every 45 minutes. Oh, and don't let the hands and feet get too cold because they will turn kind of gray and hurt pretty badly. Also, that weird hum no one else can hear is the electricity. Just ignore it. Yes, you can touch the floor flat-palmed, though, and do a full frog sit and butterfly stretch with knees on the ground. If you find something useful to do with that, let me know because I have not a clue. Story 23. God, I love this idea. I have chronic pain and degenerative spinal arthritis, but I look relatively normal, despite the fact that I've been in constant pain for decades. It sounds awful, but I would absolutely love for some people to have a day in my body. People are constantly saying things like I should just exercise more or quit eating gluten or take this random supplement, whatever. I would love for those people to feel what my body feels like every day. Story 24. Jeej, I'd warn about that. My body is a pretty different world. One, eyesight. I can hear everything, brain working in 3 possible scenarios. I feel tired all the time. Oh, emotions. Have you ever thought how it feels to be a rock? Story 25. It works pretty well, but you cannot do everything with it. Please do not bungee jump or skydive or anything like that. The spine is twisted and curved in 2 places and as a result, has been fused. Legs and arms are not the same length due to the scoliosis, but it is not really noticeable with day-to-day operation of the body or to others observing the body. Just watch the spine and do not go crazy with jarring activities. Story 26. The random hits of anxiety that come and go throughout the day. At first, you might think it's a heart attack. It's not. It's just good old trauma saying hello. Oh, and of course, the fact that if you don't start the day with a stretch and some yoga poses, you'll probably feel stiff for a good hour. Story 27. It has this terrible quirk where it needs to work out a bunch, vacuum my house, and finish the laundry, or you get this blinding pain. Seriously, all these things need to be done, specifically while I am not in the body. Story 28. Congratulations, you can now squat a small car. Do not under any circumstances think this means you can run. Also, the ankles are very weak. High ankle boots are a must if you are going to walk down the street. Despite the mass, any drowsy medications will knock you out. Cannabidiol is not recommended. On the other hand, eat whatever you want. The gut works great. But if you do eat cumin, remain in a highly ventilated area for the next 4 to 6 hours. Oh, one more thing. 1 finger will do fine. Story 29. You're now vegan. If you eat meat, you'll feel violently ill. I haven't had meat in 12 years. If you eat dairy, you'll be okay for 25 to 30 minutes. Then you'll have a massive headache, start feeling dizzy, and begin having chest pains that mimic heart attack pain. You won't have diarrhea, but the trapped gas pain will make you wish you could. You will deal with complex post-traumatic stress disorder as well. You'll probably feel very confused about the way you feel. Just hang on for the ride and take a hot bath. Story 30. You are going to want a donut really badly, but there is a 50% chance it will make you need to use the bathroom urgently, so ensure bathroom access is close by. This same scenario applies to many foods. Story 31. Enjoy the half-right ear. It will be fun. Don't think too much about the tinnitus or it's all you'll hear. You'll discover the constant cold feeling. It's time to use my 11-year-old looking hands for the little object you lost in the cramped spaces of your house. My feet are equally small but agile too. Please eat your fibers. Story 32. Milk, wine, and sugar will cause an asthma attack. The stomach is small now, so be content with only eating 5 to 6 bites before being done, sometimes for the rest of the day. Stretching your shoulders will lead to painful abdominal muscle cramping. Awkward erections occur after standing up from lying down. Get used to that clicking in your left thumb. Story 33. Low tolerance for stupidity. Don't wake up once asleep. Feed a crispy sourdough loaf with balsamic vinegar and olive oil with a hearty Cabernet and some cheese. Story 34. If you are driving at night, do not forget the nighttime driving glasses. Be sure to know where bathrooms are if you are driving anywhere, like along the way and at your destination. Anxiety causes stomach issues, and leaving the house causes anxiety. You have to wear shoes that can accommodate a lift in the left shoe due to a leg break in 4th grade. If you do not wear the lift, you are going to waddle and then have to go to the chiropractor the next day to realign your hips.